there is some moving and shaking going on in the Indiana Fever organization because they have definitely let go of a player. Now, I know y'all thinking, what does this mean? This means Caitlin Clark return is sooner rather than later. Could that be why we did not see Caitlin come back? I mean, we did not see Caitlin travel with the team this past week.
The Indiana Fever just pulled a move that's shaking up the basketball world. Kira Lambert, signed as Caitlin Clark's short-term stand-in, was waived before her 7-day contract even expired. She barely saw the floor before being cut, and instantly fans started connecting the dots. If Lambert's gone, Clark must be coming back.
Indiana Fever have officially released Kira Lambert, a guard from overseas who Stephanie White signed on a trust me bro recommendation. Somebody who Stephanie White didn't even know existed up until about 8 days ago. Unfortunately for Kira Lambert, her time on the Indiana Fever has come and her time on the Indiana Fever has gone. Best of luck to you and your future.
This isn't your typical roster shuffle. It feels like the kind of strategic chess move teams make when they know a star's return is imminent. You don't drop someone after less than a week because of performance. You do it because you're making room. And in Indiana, there's only one player worth clearing space for.
Why is this move curious? Well, Lambert was on a 7-day deal, so the Fever could just be looking at this break knowing that her contract was going to expire anyway and not wanting to waste her time. But under the hardship rules, as that it has been, put out there and publicized, the Fever only had to release one of the two players between Odyssey Sims and Kira Lambert once Caitlin Clark was back. But one of them was going to have...
Just days ago, the Fever were scrambling for point guard help. Lambert, fresh off a strong run in Greece's A1 League, got the call. She spoke about faith, blessings, and being ready for the moment. It seemed like the opportunity she had been chasing her entire career.
Blessing, having the journey that I've had and just, remaining faithful, trusting God and doing the work and just to see it all come back around and have this opportunity.
What's this opportunity in the W mean, given all that you've worked to get to this point?
Yeah. I mean, it means everything, to, again, just remain faithful and trust the process. It speaks to resiliency, it speaks to faith, and I'm really excited to be here.
What's your familiarity, if any, with this team, with Steph, with how they want to run things?
Yeah, I've been watching the W for years. It's the best basketball in the world, so, I've been...
But the reality was harsh. Lambert wasn't brought in to be a building block. She was a stopgap. Clark was sidelined with a groin injury. Ari McDonald was out for the year, and Sydney Colson had torn her ACL. Indiana's backcourt was wrecked, and they just needed someone who could handle the ball.
Sims has played herself into more of a role for the Fever. She got a bunch of minutes in the game on Sunday, 42 minutes for Sims. Lambert didn't play, right? So you can see relative one to the other where the Fever were looking at things from the pecking order standpoint. Now, there's also the Sophie Cunningham injury, but to be honest, I'm not sure how that would impact things unless they felt they needed somebody at that position rather than more depth at the point.
So Lambert got a 7-day deal, basketball's version of a job tryout. But this trial ended faster than a TikTok scroll. She played less than a minute against Connecticut on August 17th, and by Monday, she was gone. Not because she failed, but because someone bigger is coming back.
I saw the most pointless contract of all time. The most pointless 7-day of all time. Kira Lambert. They didn't even give Kira Lambert a page on the WNBA website. I'm not joking. You type in WNBA.com and you look at the Fever's last game. Maybe they updated it because she actually saw the floor. Fever versus Connecticut. Kira Lambert played a grand total of 4 seconds. She played 4 seconds. It would have been better off just to not play her. Oh wait, it was a round up to 5. They didn't even give her a WNBA page. They did not even give her a dub.
Fever fans immediately started piecing things together. Reporter Chloe Peterson noted that Indiana didn't actually have to release anyone if Clark wasn't close to returning. Veteran Odyssey Sims was already in place. When Lambert was added, the math said someone would have to go once Clark rejoined. And when the cut came, it wasn't Sims. It was the newcomer.
Fever fans, I don't know. We might have some good news. Well, we might have some great news. CC, my precious CC might be returning. Might be. You hear me? Because they just released Kira Lambert. You hear me? She had 3 ACL tears. So she wasn't good for nothing anyway. She fragile. How you have that many ACL tears? But thank you for providing us 7 days of your presence. You hear me? We needed you to fill in. You hear me? Because the GOAT, the greatest of all time, is about to return.
The timing is telling. ESPN updated Clark's estimated return date to August 26th, right when the Fever hosts Seattle. Indiana also has a week-long break after their Connecticut game, the perfect window for Clark to ease back into practice. Coach Stephanie White has already hinted this is exactly when they want her to ramp up.
That once Caitlin Clark was back, one of the 2 hardship signings was going to have to go. So that's naturally where people's heads were thinking when it was reported on the ESPN broadcast that Clark, the hope was she would return to practice this week, with target dates the 22nd, 24th, 26th, those games being thrown out as potential return dates. Now, I don't have any other updates on that. I mean, I took Stephanie White's comments as they hope still she returns to at the regular season a little less confident than.
So let's connect it all. Lambert waived during the break. Sims retained his depth. Clark's timeline synced up perfectly with the next homestand. Coincidence? Not a chance. Fever fans don't buy it. Social media is buzzing with Clark countdowns, hype reels, and playoff dreams.
Can the Fever please invest in international scouts? They definitely need to invest in international scouts because I know your boy John Liquidator ain't the best advocate when it comes to overseas players, but something I would say, they play hard, bro. Those overseas players play like they got something to prove. I give them that. But far as me, I feel like we got enough talent here at home in our home country to get players. Somebody said every day I question if Amber Cox and Stephanie White are even on the.
Lambert wasn't let go because she couldn't play. She was let go because she was never supposed to be permanent. She was a placeholder while Clark healed. And when Clark steps back in, it's not just another scorer returning. It's the gravitational force that makes Indiana's entire offense work.
Throughout her second season in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark has posted 16.5 points, 5 rebounds, and 8.8 assists per game for the Indiana Fever. Clark started the season on a tear under Stephanie White, but has since struggled to stay on the court, playing her second season as a professional. The Fever have 9 remaining games of their regular season schedule. They have a long break before their next matchup on Friday. The venue will be open, giving Clark a chance to rehab as the Fever takes several days off from game.
Right now, Indiana sits 6th in the standings, in the playoff picture, but far from safe. With Clark back, the outlook changes. If she plays the final 10 to 12 games, the Fever could surge, possibly climbing into home court position. The difference between just getting in and making noise could be her return.
We have a chance. But the only thing I'm concerned about is she 100% healthy? You hear me? And I need to know what's going on with Sophie. Because that's her enforcer. Because everybody else on the team be acting like they scared and softer than Charmin tissue. You hear me? Y'all better protect my precious CC by any means necessary. Playoffs. It's right there in the view. You hear me? Here we come. The referees need to get it in gear. I still don't.
Viewed in hindsight, the Fever's moves looked deliberate. Sims came first for veteran steadiness. Lambert was a quick fix, and they kept flexibility for Clark's reentry. It wasn't a patchwork scramble. It was smart planning.
They are being extraordinarily deliberate with every step in this process when it comes to Caitlin Clark. But like I said on Sunday, that's the kind of win, if I'm CC, that I watch and say, I got to get back out there. Like, nothing can stop me from rejoining this team this season. That fight that they showed.
What often gets overlooked is what Indiana gained during Clark's absence: resilience. Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Howard all elevated their games. The Fever learned how to grind, how to win without flash, and how to build chemistry. Clark now rejoins a tougher, more balanced squad than the one she left.
If she's going to play, I hope that she comes back successful. I hope that she can come back as a difference maker, because the playoffs are around the corner and the Indiana Fever are much better when she's on the team. She takes so much responsibility and able to dictate pace and able to control the momentum of the game, and also generate points for herself and for others. And she makes the game easier for all her teammates. So I know they would love to have her back. My biggest concern is the injuries, and for selfish reasons, I would prefer her, Paige Beckers, Angel Reese to just sit out.
So when's the moment? All signs point to August 26th against Seattle, though the team is keeping things measured. If Clark returns then, she still gets 10 to 12 games to shake off rust and recalibrate before the playoffs. More than enough to get Indiana's offense humming again.
Down to this season and Caitlin Clark's return. If they hope to make the playoffs, this is what's got to be done. She's got to come back, and she's gonna have to win. And she's got to win even with Stephanie White as her coach. Good Lord, she will be the GOAT if she can pull that off at this point.
Picture it. Clark returns healthy, the Fever catch fire, and suddenly they're not just a playoff team. They're the team no one wants to face. For a franchise that hasn't seen the postseason since 2016, that would be nothing short of a dream.